U.S. military's quest for a relatively cheap but destructive anti-ship weapon seems to be progressing well. The U.S. Air Force has announced the successful test of a modified 500-pound class GBU 38 Joint Direct Attack Munition JDAM adapted for anti-ship roles under its Quicksink program. Notably, the service had previously demonstrated a 2,000-pound class Quicksink variant. This new lighter version could provide a more cost-effective option, allowing bombers and tactical aircraft to carry a greater number of munitions per sortie, while retaining the ability to effectively target enemy vessels. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes how latest Quicksink munition would enable U.S. military takedown adversaries' naval armada. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted and fastest VPN brand that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte. NordVPN provides a 256-bit encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy and also enables you to access contents that are blocked based on geolocation. Its threat protection system helps you avoid phishing, scams, and malware. NordVPN application is available for all the major platforms as well as browsers. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive saving by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The Air Force Research Laboratory AFRL announced on June 4th that it had tested a GBU 38-based Quicksink munition, though the exact date of the test was not disclosed. The weapon was released by a B-2 Spirit stealth bomber over the Gulf Test Range, which is operated by the 96th Test Wing at Eglin Air Force Base in Florida. According to an AFRL press release, this new 500-pound Quicksink variant expands the B-2's targeting capabilities, providing combatant commanders with an expanded complement of innovative warfighting solutions. The test was made possible through a joint effort involving the Air Force Research Laboratory and Air Force Test Center under Air Force Materiel Command, along with the 53rd Wing of Air Combat Command. The Quicksink program was first revealed in 2021 following the test of the original 2,000-pound version, which is based on the GBU 31B JDAM. Quicksink pairs existing JDAM guidance kits with new seeker technology that allows the weapon to target stationary and moving targets, like ships, with precision. The JDAM is essentially a guidance kit that converts unguided bombs, or dumb bombs, into all-weather precision-guided munitions. The key components of the system consist of a tail section with aerodynamic control surfaces, a body strake kit, and a combined inertial guidance system and GPS guidance control unit. Once released from the aircraft, the JDAM autonomously navigates to the designated target coordinates. Target coordinates can be loaded into the aircraft before takeoff, manually altered by the aircrew before weapon release, or automatically entered through target designation with onboard aircraft sensors. In the case of the 2,000-pound class Quicksink bomb, the system integrates a standard JDAM guidance kit with a newly developed imaging infrared seeker mounted on the nose. This advanced seeker is what sets the weapon apart, enabling it to track and engage moving maritime targets. According to the U.S. Air Force, the bomb first uses GPS-assisted inertial navigation to reach a designated target area. Once in range, the infrared seeker takes over, identifying and classifying potential targets by comparing their length and shape to a detailed internal reference database. The seeker then provides real-time course corrections to guide the bomb along a trajectory designed to detonate next to the ship's hull, just below the waterline, maximizing damage. Initial target queuing, whether from the launch aircraft or an external source, is necessary for the seeker to begin its final targeting process. So basically, the new seeker is the main difference here, as it can track a moving target. The GBU 31-based Quicksink munition has already emerged as a significantly more affordable option for targeting enemy ships compared to conventional air-launched anti-ship cruise missiles. JDAM kits typically cost between $20,000 and $30,000, with the unguided bomb body adding only marginally to the total price. According to AFRL, the Quicksink-specific seeker unit currently costs around $200,000 per unit, though the long-term goal is to reduce that figure to approximately $50,000 with increased production. In contrast, the AGM-158C, long-range anti-ship missile carries a price tag of about $3 million per unit, whereas the aging AGM-84 Harpoon missile costs around $1.5 million per unit. In addition to cost advantages, the new 500-pound class GBU-38-based Quicksink version provides critical benefits in terms of magazine depth. A B-2 Spirit bomber, such as the one used in the latest test, can carry up to 80 of these munitions in a single mission. Tactical aircraft also stand to gain. F-15E Strike Eagles, widely used in previous Quicksink trials, can carry up to 9 GBU-38s. Even lighter platforms like the F-16 Viper, typically more constrained by payload capacity, could benefit significantly from a lighter, precision-guided anti-ship weapon in the 500-pound class. The key disadvantage is that Quicksink is not a standoff weapon. JDAM has a published range of up to 28 kilometers or 17.5 miles, whereas for JDAM-ER it's around 75 kilometers or 46.5 miles. For Quicksink, it is supposed to be the same. The limited range will require the launching aircraft to release it in close proximity to the target. In a conflict, Quicksink, and the aircraft deploying it, would face significant risks. For instance, China's strong coastal air defense network and modern destroyers and cruisers armed with sophisticated surface-to-air missile systems would be a threat. So against near-peer rivals like China and Russia, Quicksink will most likely have to be deployed with caution and by stealthy aircraft. For years, the U.S. Air Force and the broader U.S. military has shown growing interest in developing lower-cost precision-guided bombs and missiles, particularly in light of potential high-end conflict scenarios in the Pacific, including against China. The Quicksink program reflects this strategic focus, aiming to deliver a cost-effective, air-delivered weapon with torpedo-like capabilities. According to the Air Force Research Laboratory, Quicksink is designed to give aircraft a submarine-like ability to destroy enemy vessels, while covering far greater distances. The concept enables rapid, affordable strikes against both stationary and moving maritime targets, and is intended to integrate with current and next-generation combat platforms. Additionally, it achieves a similar capacity to destroy vessels without giving off the user's location to adversaries compared to traditional ship-killing projectiles, such as Mach 48 heavyweight torpedoes. While Quicksink does not physically travel underwater, it is engineered to deliver a similar effect by detonating just below a ship's waterline. Tests of the 2,000-pound class variant have already demonstrated the ability to sink large, civilian-type cargo ships. However, while the new 500-pound class version offers increased flexibility and allows more munitions to be carried per sortie, its smaller warhead may limit its effectiveness against larger or more heavily armored vessels. Overall, we can say that U.S. military will have more options and can use according to requirements.